We're going to take a look at the Kershaw Skyline. Kershaw makes excellent knives. In fact, just recently I bought a Kershaw Leek. I've really enjoyed that knife. But the Skyline is a completely different design, but it still has that Kershaw quality. I was at Walmart the other day, and if you've been in Walmart lately, into their knife section in the sporting goods, they are carrying some really high quality knives in different choices that are really surprisingly good. And so this was in that section, but what is really incredible, and this is something I want to share with you, I was in our local Walmart. I went around to one area away from where the knives are typically displayed, and they had a little clearance section, and there were a number of Kershaw knives. Now this knife at Walmart was selling for $35. But on clearance, I picked up this little Skyline for $15. An incredible bargain. In fact, that night I had dinner with one of my buds, and I told him about it, and he went directly up to Walmart, and all the knives that were on clearance were gone. If you're ever in Walmart, make sure you run by just to see if there's something on clearance. You just never know. Anyway, this is an incredible little knife, and really what perked my interest the most was that it was a Skyline. And I had watched a video from Nothing Fancy doing a review on this knife, and he really had nothing bad to say about it. In fact, he was very positive about the Skyline. So it kind of stuck with me. So when I saw it, I said, you know what, I've got to have that knife. It weighs only 2.4 ounces, so it's very lightweight. The blade is 3 1/8 inch. And with the flipper, it really comes out fast. Just a little flick of the wrist, and it just pops out. I really like that one-handed design. Then you can actually close it with one hand as well. The little notch here is a little bit more difficult to get a hold of. You can grab it if you really get your finger up under it. The flipper is the way I really like to open this knife in the first place. The reason why it's so light, especially with this size blade, it has a nice large spear point blade. It's 3 1/8 inch, but there's no liner. There is a liner lock here, but then it's just the G10 scale. So it really makes this a very lightweight knife. But once you hold it, it just feels like quality. I mean, it doesn't feel cheap, and it's really tight. Even with this kind of system, if you look at the blade, there is no play in that blade whatsoever, even forward and backwards. Of course, the scales are very nice, and I don't know if you can really get a good look at it, but they're very textured, nice feel to them. The clip itself, which has Kershaw written on the clip, is a really, it's a little bit flat, but it's a nice strong clip to keep in your pocket. It can be changed to the other end with the knife tip up, however you want to carry it. It does ride a little bit high, so it will stick a little bit out of your pocket. Now, to show you how this fits in the pocket, this has a nice solid stitched backing. So push it in, as you can see, has a good secure fit. I don't really think this is going to be coming out of your pocket very easily, but as you can see, just for those who have a real strong preference for either close or showing a little bit, this is the way it rides in your pocket. And then you can grab it, pull it out, ready for action. I saw where one guy was saying he would really like to have a black clip here, but I really like the stone washed finish of this knife, and really this clip blends in very well with the blade. It matches very well. Just a very nice contrast, and as you can see, that blade, it's a nice broad blade, which is unusual for this type knife, and I really like that size. It's hollow ground, and it's razor sharp. In fact, I cut myself the other day just doing something very minor, and put a slit right in my finger, which even before I knew it. But it has a really good secure grip, has a finger groove here where you can get a hold of the knife and you can really use it for you know, the different tasks for EDC. But it does have a little bit jimping here on the lock. There is nothing on top. It's very smooth on the top. So a lot of people like to have a little more gripping surface, but it feels really well in your hand. Now, as you can see, it's a very slim design. The scales themselves, very thin. It rides very nicely in your pocket. I've probably had this knife for about a month, and I've just been carrying it in my pocket, and it's just been a very comfortable knife. It does have a lanyard hole if you like to put lanyards on. They do have these little mini torques which you can pull out if you need to do anything to your blade. Also to be able to take off the clip here as well. But overall, it's nice and sturdy. The click is very positive. It's a good solid safety. This really holds, the lock does well. The model number on this knife is 1760, which designates that it is a Skyline. And it is made in the USA, which is always nice, so you know that the steel has high quality. That is very important when you're using this as a tool that could possibly save your life. I wouldn't necessarily call this a defensive tool. It's more of an EDC carry. Something about this knife just reminds me of a shark. I don't know what it is. In fact, a great white. But yet it's so lightweight. Maybe it's because it's so smooth and it just glides. But I really like the way this knife is shaped, the way it fits in your hand. It doesn't hang, it hangs off just a little bit to give you a secure grip. Just an excellent knife. The Kershaw Skyline. I highly recommend this knife for EDC. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more fun gun reviews and sensible survival. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Yeah, arr, matey.